Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Gravitalk, starring me, Graviton, yeah, also known as Dr. Franklin Hall. And today's special guest is fellow supervillain Brian Banner, um, also known as David Banner. Ah, you okay? You seem to have woken up on the incorrect uh, side of the sleeping establishment. I see.
My name is Brian. I'm only called David in the movie.
Oh, that's right. You see, my friend here, Brian, is only called Brian in the comic books, whereas in the movie, the Ang Lee movie of 2003, he is referred to as a David, as a reference to the 1970s Hulk TV show.
Nah, I hate that show.
You seem to be a happy-go-lucky man.
No, I am not.
That was sarcasm.
Well, you should have made that clear.
Okay. Um, to all those at home, watching who watched the previous episode, I mentioned that I teased what movie we'd be reviewing next time. And if you were smart enough to figure it out, which you should be because it was ridiculously easy, the next movie I was going to review would be Noah. It's the most recent big box office film, and it's caused a lot of controversy recently because it's based on a Bible story, and you think to yourself, well, why is this causing controversy? I mean, we had Bible movies before, like the Ten Commandments back in the 1960s, starring the Planet of Apes man. And the thing is, times have changed. There's a lot of more people who are more laxed about religion and don't care about it. And so you make a movie like this, and not only you get controversy from the Christians saying, this does not represent us in the right way," but it's also controversy with the atheists too, because they're like, we don't give a crap about this. But the thing is, now, I might sound a little biased when I'm reviewing this movie because I am a born Christian, and although I'm not a devout Christian, like, I still believe in. I mean, I don't read the Bible that often, but I'm a Christian. Um, not like not a devout Christian. Like, I go to a church whenever I can. It doesn't mean I want to every single week. And the reason why I got my friend Brian Banner here is because he's the exact opposite of me. Isn't that right, Mr. Banner?
Yes, I don't believe in Jesus or Buddha or The other guy who I can't say because I might get killed.
That's right. You see, Brian Banner is a atheist. Are you an atheist?
No, I'm not an atheist. Because an atheist would imply that I don't believe in any God. And that is not true. There is a God who I believe in.
Oh, really? Which one? Which one do you believe in?
I believe in me. I am a God.
Yeah, okay. I guess this shouldn't come to a surprise since that's what you kept not shutting up about in the 2003 Ang Lee Hulk movie. You were like, oh, look at me, I'm a god. My son's a god too. We're god buddies.
That's true. I am a God. And you all worship me.
Yeah, I don't worship you.
Well, you will. I got these powers, you see. I can absorb any type of element.
Are you sure about that? You don't do that in comic books, you only do that in the movie.
Well, it's true though. I can. Because I'm this version of David Banner. The version that has absorbing man powers.
Oh, that's right, you're kind of like Absorbing Man. Except you're not. You're also kind of like Zax because you also have electricity powers.
It's true. I'm like a Zax.
That's right. You're three Hulk villains all in one. You're a Brian Banner because you're the father of Hulk. You're Absorbing Man because you can absorb elements. And you're Zacked because right at the beginning of the climax of the 2003 movie, you turned into a giant electricity man. And not the kind that Electro is, because Electro is a man with electric powers, and Zax is a man made out of electricity. There's a difference, people. There's a difference. Sure, they're both blue, but difference. Well, Zax is not blue; he's yellow. But in the movie, he's blue. But there's no Zax because you're Zax. I'm confusing myself. Anyway, okay, so you're a god apparently. Do you mind reviewing this movie with me since it has to do with something that you don't believe in?
I don't. Because I know it's not real. I am real. These petty beliefs that you people believe in is laughable to me.
Okay, you see, this is what I wanted. You see, when people were trying to review with people, they try to get as many different opinions into it. It wouldn't be as interesting if it was two guys who agreed with each other on everything, which is why I decided that since I do believe in the Bible, uh, except for the part about homosexuals being not cool, like, I think homosexuals are cool. You guys are cool, man. The Bible kind of screwed up on that one, I think. So anyway, I thought it would be good to have someone who does believe in the Bible, me, and someone who does not, like Brian or David or whoever you are.
Just call me the Father.
That's right, because you're called that by Ang Lee. He's a weirdo Asian man. So anyway, well I shouldn't say that. Pie was really good. Life of Pie. Pie. I love pie. Oh, okay. It's just sorry about that. It's just that pie. It's great. The kind you eat. I mean, like the kind that could be apple or cherry or chocolate. So anyway, let's start the review off by saying our initial thoughts. Now, Mr. David Bryan, absorbing Zach's father, what were your initial thoughts on the movie?
I thought that it was trying to embody uh, the classic and also contemporary epic fantasy films.
Yeah, like from the point of view of someone who's not religious, this can be chalked up as one of those kinds of movies, like Conan the Barbarian, or the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings films. Those kinds, like an epic quest. Now, if you're not a religious person, that kind of take on Noah is probably fine with you because apparently it's all the same with you. But to people like me who see this as an actual a fact, we're like, what the fuck? Why are there a bunch of stone monsters in this movie? There were no stone monsters in the Bible.
Yes, but apparently talking snakes and talking donkeys and and uh uh kings turning into wild animals. Apparently that's all good and fine in the Bible.
Yeah, I will admit there's some outlandish things in there. But uh, to me, that's just an era where God did a whole bunch of crazy shit, and then he decided to say, you know what? I've done enough interfering with the humankind. I'm gonna let go of the bicycle and let them figure out how to do the bike by themselves. And that's what he did. He did some interfering with us. He did some things like, making donkeys talk and turning Nebuchadnezzar into a chupacabra and other crazy stuff, like, giving birth to a bearded hippie man and then sacrificed him. He did all that, and then he thought, you know what, I've done enough. I'm going to take a breather and see how the humankind can do for the next several hundred years.
If all that is true, then he should be ashamed of how the humans have turned out.
I wouldn't say so. It's like we're still all civilized. I mean, the worst case scenario is that we all be a bunch of crazy animal people eating each other and stuff. And we've done good there for ourselves since he stopped interfering. But keep in mind, this is from my point of view. I know that there's other people's point of views on this.
You're getting off the topic. This is supposed to be about a Noah movie, not your philosophical point of views on Christianity and stuff.
Oh, are you okay there?
I'm dying because of you not getting back to the topic.
Just sorry. So anyway, so to me, I grew up with the Bible, so seeing all these liberties and changes being made, it was kind of jarring because I'm so used to how it usually is, without all that crazy stuff. But I can understand, artistic license and stuff. And some would argue that, the Bible is too sacred. It's too sacred to be adapted this way, to be changed like this. But to me, it's like, well, it could have been worse. Now, to explain how it could have been worse, let's get into the movie. Let's break down the plot. Let's go through a recap of it.
Finally, let's do this.
Okay, so we start the movie with a whole bunch of jump cuts of Adam and Eve. They go, oh, this part of Adam and Eve where they're getting the apple, and then this part of the Adam and Eve story where the snake is there, and Eve taking a bite out of the apple, that kind of stuff. And right off the bat, they show you that, hey, this movie is going to be different than other interpretations of the Bible. Because look over here. Adam and Eve are glowing. Why the hell are they glowing? I don't know, but they're glowing. Different. Or look, the snake is peeling off its skin to reveal an uglier snake in under it. Why is that happening? I don't know. Different. Oh look, the apple is beating like some kind of heart. That's disgusting. Why would you want to eat that? It's like a beating heart. And don't get me wrong, but don't get me wrong. I enjoy the occasional chicken gizzard every now and then, but that's just kind of disgusting. An apple that's a beating heart. What the hell? But different. Changing it up. Not for the sake of change, just to show like how you can adapt it your own way. That's how this Darren Aronofsky is doing it.
Isn't he an atheist?
Yeah, you're right. Yes, this movie was directed by an atheist who is, he didn't do this just to spread the word, Noah. He's doing this because he wants to adapt his story, and I can understand that. Someday I want to adapt Futurama into a porno. And maybe My Little Pony. So anyway,
You can't just immediately change the subject like that.
Hey, oh dear. I think God is killing us for making this review.
I am God.
So anyway, let's see here. Moving on from that really weird instance where I mentioned something that might make me a clapper, why the hell did the snake, shed its skin anyway? Was it to make itself more evil? Oh well, an interpretation and whatnot. So anyway, we cut to Noah's father. Yes,
Wait a minute, you're skipping the other part.
oh yeah, they show that when they show the Adam and Eve, they also mention the three sons, Cain, Abel, and Seth MacFarlane, and how after Cain killed Abel, Cain built into the civilization, and that's where and then they show Seth's descendant, who is the father of Noah, and the father Noah is like, to you Noah I bestow upon you this snake skin. That's the snake skin of the original snake that persuaded Eve to bite the heart apple. And apparently, somehow, this snake was reserved to. It was somehow reserved all these hundreds of years and still looks intact for some reason. So anyway, so then Noah's dad gets killed by this malevolent leader man, and Noah's like, no, and all I can think of is, oh look, they turned Noah into this superhero revenge story. You got the bad guy who killed who's the bad guy of the movie, who also happened to kill the to kill the hero's father. It's like a revenge story, or Conan the Barbarian. That's what happened in Conan.
See what I mean? They're treating it like it's a fairy tale, which it is.
Yeah, it's from your point of view. Oh dear. I think the rapture is happening or something. I think we got the plague. God, please let me live through this review. I know you're trying to kill me for doing this, but I'm gonna just trudge along if you don't mind. So we fast forward, and Noah, who has escaped the clutches of that villain, has grown up to marry Jennifer Connelly. Good for him. And he also has 3 kids. He has a daughter, a son, and a little baby boy.
Yeah, a daughter, a son, and a younger son.
That's exactly what he has. So then he sees this armadillo dog, And this is one of the first points of the movie where you think, like, wow, this is taking a whole bunch of liberties. That's an armadillo dog, or an armadillo, or a dogadillo. And he's like, oh no, the dogadillo got his ass beat by by these, uh, poacher assholes. And I'm like, well, I guess that dogadillo isn't gonna go on the ark, is he? Because, he doesn't exist now. Sorry, Mr. Dogadillo. That's life. Life's a bitch. So, moving on. So then, we cut to Noah being asleep in these little tents. Good God, his family is pure. So, he has a vision of the flood. And he gets the message from God that there's a flood coming. And the God, he's very mysterious in this movie. He's not referred to as God. He's referred to as the Creator. Brian. You might think yourself as God because you're powerful, but you didn't create us.
I'm gonna invent a time machine, and then I'm gonna create you.
Oh my God, we're dying. God's trying to kill us. So anyway, good luck with that time machine project.
Thank you.
So anyway, after he has the vision of the flood, he decides, oh no, what am I going to do about this? My father knew everything there was about the Creator, but I don't. Wait a minute. When he was about to bestow on me that weird snake skin, right before it was taken by that villain guy who's totally not going to come back in the movie, totally. He said that Methuselah was an expert in God, and Methuselah is my grandpappy. So he tells Jennifer Connelly, "I'm going to take the boys on a little field trip to Methuselah." So they go on this epic journey, and then here's where the movie gets really weird. They come across these giant stone monsters. What the hell?
So, there's been weirder things in the Bible.
True, that's true. But the thing about that is, this isn't from the Bible. These stone guys. Wait, well, what the hell is going on here? They try to justify this by calling them fallen angels, and they think, oh, well, if we call them fallen angels, which are from the Bible, then that means it's okay. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. That's like making an Avengers movie, and the villains are a bunch of giant prostitute chicken clowns, and you justify it by saying, "Oh, these giant prostitute chicken clowns are they're the Spectres. The Spectres are from the Avengers comics. That's why it's okay that they're in the movie because we called them something from the comics. No, it's not okay."
Now, to be fair, they do show the origin of these rock monsters and how they are angels.
Yeah, they do. They show a flashback of how they used to be angels. And they used to look like the more traditional kind of angel. Although they had the dragonfly wings instead of, the traditional bird wings. And they fell onto the earth, and then they took the form of the rock, and that's why they look like the rock biter from Never Ending Story, except with elephantitis. So anyway, these elephantitis infected rock biters help Noah. Well, one of them anyway. The others are persnickety rock biters. But one of them is like, okay, I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna help you guys with this thing you need to do. So they go on this, Wizard of Oz esque trip, and they finally, and trip, and as they And as they venture through, traveling, looking for Methuselah, they find the city of Endor from Star Wars. And I'm like, oh no, look at all these people. The two of them must be Luke Skywalker's aunt and uncle dad. And they rummage through this place that's all burnt up and, screwed up, and lo and behold, they find Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. And they find her and she's really young. And I'm like, that doesn't look like young Hermione. I mean, I know I've seen the trailers. I know she's in this movie, but this is a younger version of her, and this doesn't look anything like like Hermione. I know young Hermione. I've seen the early Harry Potter films, and this is some girl that's been hired to play young Hermione. This is bullshit.
Just focus to the important parts of the movie.
Sorry, my bad. So they adopt Hermione, as one does, and Russell Crowe is singing her a song, and I think, oh, this is nice. Yeah, for sure, but we're never gonna see this reference in the movie again. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So they finally get to the cave. One Kenobi, one's cave. I keep making these references. So anyway, they make it to the cave and they find Methuselah. And guess what? He's Odin. Odin Methuselah. So uh, when Noah meets his grandpappy, Methuselah, also known as Odin, too white Odin. He also brings his daughter, not Hermione. He's a biological daughter, and he introduces her to Methuselah, and Noah says, "This is my son," and I think, wait a minute, that's his son. That's his daughter. That doesn't look like a boy. That looks like a girl.
Apparently, that is a girl. I mean, that's not a girl, that's a boy, apparently.
Whoa, what? I always hate that when I see kids and I'm like, what gender are they? Is that a girl or a boy? What the hell? So apparently that was a boy. He needs to get some testosterone in him because he's kind of turning girly, or maybe he wants to turn girl. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Maybe he wants to be a girl. Yeah, I'm not judging. I'm not judging this girl, boy. You're good for them for being whatever. So anyway, Methuselah is like, oh hi, it's nice to see you, but I need to talk to your father. Adult. It needs to be an adult conversation. So I'm going to touch you, and that's going to make you sleep for some reason.
You see, random magical powers.
Now hold on. Who knows? Maybe the real Methuselah had that power. He did have the power of being really old, so maybe he also had the power to touch people and make them magically do things for him, like falling asleep and something later that I'm going to mention. Hint, hint. Foreshadow, foreshadow. So anyway, after Methuselah has touched Noah's son, that sounded really dirty, by the way, I know. Uh, he gives Noah some tea, and this tea apparently has LSD in it because it makes Noah go on this trip, and he's tripping, and he's like, "Whoa, is this real life or is this a fantasy?" I wish I could sing more of that, but I don't know the rest of the song. So anyway, he gets that vision he had earlier of the the flood and people dying and God being like pissed, like, I'm done with you guys. I'm done. You guys used to be. I had faith in you, human people. I thought this was gonna be a good idea, but you guys have fucked everything up. So I'm gonna get rid of you. And then Noah has a vision that adds to that vision of an ark. And he's like, oh my god, I'm going to save all the animals. They don't deserve to be killed by God. We sure as hell do, but not animals. They've been cool this whole time. They've been just chilling and chillaxing and being stupid, which is good because when you're stupid, you don't make as much damage with all these pollutions and rape and crime and whatnot. I'm going to save the animals with this ark. So after the inspirational drug trip has given him the idea of the ark, he uh, uh, uh,
You're stuttering.
so sorry, I tend to do that.
That is not professional. Shouldn't you be more professional in front of God?
You mean you?
Exactly. I am God.
Ugh. You know, your voice sounds kind of familiar. You sound like one of the rock biters in the movie.
I assure you it's just a coincidence that my voice is identical to one of the rock biters in this movie.
You sound like the grumpy one, which it kind of fits since you're being grumpy right now.
Hey, shut up!
So anyway, the grumpy rock biters they confront Noah as he goes back to his family and tells them they're going to make this ark. And the rock biters are like, bitch, Noah, you crazy. You can't do this. You need a whole bunch of wood. And lo and behold, this little tiny puddle came out of the ground and then it spread all around. And all of these trees just freaking came out of nowhere. Just holy shit. Look at all these trees. And Noah's like, I'm going to use these freaking trees to make the ark. And the stone buyers are, well, you convinced us. I mean, it's not every day a bunch of trees come out of the freaking ground over 2 seconds. Sure. This clearly means that God is involved, so we're going to help you make this here ark. So, not only does this little puddle creates these, giant trees coming out of the ground, but it also spreads this tiny miniature stream all across the land. And I'm guessing the entire, the entire, the entire panorama. You know that thing that, the thing that used to be all the continents were one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's not important to say what it really was.
Yeah, it's not important. So anyway, the animals see this river and they follow it, and we see these 2 birds get a little closer, and then cut to 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 a little closer, and then finally get to the ark. And 10 years have passed since they started making this ark, and they're nearly done. And the thing is, I can buy this family taking 10 years on their own to make this giant ass ark. Like, it is huge, and it's also like a giant box in this version. It's not like a boat. It's a giant box that you keep chocolates in or something. So but I can buy that they would take that long. But these are like giant freaking rock giant monsters. You mean to tell me that these rock monsters took 10 years to make this ark? What the hell? They must have taken too many lunch breaks or something, or had a strike during those 10 years, because it should not have taken that long for those giant. Sorry, God's trying to kill me. I guess God is trying to keep me from finishing this review. Dear Lord, please give me the strength to keep going, if you may. I don't buy that these giant rock creatures would take that long. It shouldn't take that long. And also, that's faulty construction. I mean, look at that thing. Oh, they should have better organized their time, if you ask me.
Let's move on now.
Yeah, you're right. Let's keep moving on up. Keep moving on up. Do do do. Sorry. I'm still getting off. I'm still getting off track. But anyway, uh, we also see the Hermione has grown to regular Hermione. Now she's being played by Emma Watson. This is the Hermione we know, and she's falling in love with her adoptive brother. And at first you think, oh, incest, but this is her adoptive brother. Like, but they're getting all lovey-dovey, and Hermione's like, this is weird. I grew up with you. What the hell? I don't know about this.
Yeah, it seems kind of creepy. Although, to be fair, the Ghost Rider fell in love with his adoptive sister.
Yeah, that's true, and it seems kind of weird that the Ghost Rider movie was not willing to go that far, but this movie that's an adaptation of something from the Bible is like, hooray, having sex with your brother who you grew up with, even though he's not really your brother, he's your adoptive brother, but it's still weird kind of thing. So, anyway, then we see Ham, who is one of Noah's sons. Ham, short for John Ham. So anyway, John Ham is confronted by the guy who killed Noah's father. Da, da, da. And it's the king. He's like this locksmith king named Tubal Cain. Tuba Cain. He's kind of like Cain, except he plays the tuba. So anyway, Tuba Cain is like, oh, I'm Tuba Cain, and I wasn't a villain, and I have nothing to do with the Noah's Ark story, but screw you, deal with me, I'm here, and I'm the villain. Oh! So, Tubal Cain is he notices the son, and he's like hey Noah, your son, he's good with this hammer. I want to take him from you. Yeah, I think he's good with his hammer, even though I've only seen him hold the hammer just now. But he holds the hammer so great. I think he can do wonders with this hammer. I'm gonna take him away from you. And Noah is like screw you, Tuba Cain. This is my son. Go get your own son. So Tuba Cain is like, fine, go ahead and make your winky dinky art. You're crazy. No one who has talked to the creator in a long ass time. So he goes back to his village, and that made me realize. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me that this family is perfectly fine with living next to this wretched, fucked up town where there's a whole bunch of raping happening and a crime happening and whatnot?
Apparently, they have no values. But if I were to rule over them as the God who I am, things would be different.
You seem to be losing your southern accent and gaining some kind of Cajun accent for some reason.
Don't judge me.
Okay. So anyway, after Tuba King has failed to manipulate he has failed to manipulate John Hamm into joining the dark side. Reference. All these CGI animals finally come. You got all the CGI birds, all the CGI snakes and creepy crawlies, all the CGI birds that are to please the real Manos. I saw a tweet by the real Manos, and the real Manos was all is there going to be a part of the movie where they're going to show all of the bugs getting into the arc? And my answer to that is yes. Yes, they did. They did show the bugs getting into the arc. Granted, it was just one scene that was glossed over, and we never really see the bugs again. But we see they see the bugs nonetheless. So I hope you're satisfied, Rio Manos. If he acknowledges me for this, I'm going to be so happy. I'm, I'm, I'm not worthy of him. So anyway, Noah has a vision of going to that fucked up town, looking for a mate for John Hamm, because John Hamm earlier tells Noah that Noah, Shemp has a woman. He has Hermione, even though that's weird because he's our stepsister. She's our stepsister, but for some reason it's perfectly fine with her having sex with her stepbrother. But I don't have a woman of my own. I got blue balls, man, blue balls, and Noah is we got everything we need. God just gave us what we need, or the Creator gave us what we need, and one of those things we don't need is you having a mate. And this pisses off of John Hamm. But Noah tries. He looks into the town, but it's all fucked up. It's too fucked up. And then apparently this was a vision, apparently, because he walks back, and I'm like, wait, was this a vision or not? Because you showed us parts of the Cain and Abel jump cuts again. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what? So anyway, he tells John Hamm, sorry, John Hamm, my son, you're not going to get you're not going to get a mate. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with the blue balls in the ark. And John Hamm is like, no, I'm going to go on a quest to look for a mate. So he runs into the forest looking for that town to find a woman. And Noah's like, oh no, the flood's coming soon. Can't you see the rock baggers getting all ready and stuff? And can't you see my wife taking these weird gold rocks and using them to make a drug smoke that makes all of these animals high? And that was weird.
I know that was weird. I mean, apparently, God was able to control these animals into going to this ark, but He can't have them be calmed when they're inside of the ark. He has to give Noah these drugs to make them high.
Apparently, and it's adorable. It's cute. All of these animals getting high from the smoke. They're all going to sleep. It's like, oh, they're probably tripping balls right now. I wish I was tripping balls. So anyway, moving on. Let me look through my notes real quick. Okay, so anyway, the flood is coming very soon, and we got the John Hamm looking for a mate, and Noah's like, oh no, I need to send my other kids to look for him and make this even more complicated, this situation. And Hermione finds Methuselah, who's looking for berries, and Methuselah's like, I'm looking for berries, and Hermione is like she's all like my stepbrother wants to have sex with me, but I'm not willing. And Methuselah is like, fine, I'm gonna touch you, and that's gonna magically make you want to have sex with him. Ding! Now you're horny. So now that she's horny, the minute she finds Shimp, I think is his name. You know, the lesser known Three Stooge, with the lesser known Stooge from the Three Stooges, Shimp. When she finds Shimp, she's like, "Oh, I got my libido from that Odin guy. Now I'm all horny for you. We need to have sex immediately, right now." So as this is happening, the flood's about to begin. Oh my God! There's this raindrop. Oh, this couldn't be the worst time to all of a sudden have a sexual attraction for someone.
I know. And meanwhile, the John Ham is at the town.
Yes, and he falls into this ditch with all these corpses, and among the corpses is this girl. And the girl's been raised by the corpses, and she's like, "Oh, I've been raised by these corpses all my life. The only people I know are the corpses." And and then when the rain comes, John Hamm is like, come on, girl, you gotta come with me, so we can live on a boat together. And she's like, oh, but these corpses are my family. And he's like, screw the corpses. So they run. So they run to the Ark, and the Hermione and Shimp, after just having just sexual, sexy times, they run to the Ark 2, and Jennifer, is that her name, Jennifer Connelly? Yeah, Jennifer. Wait a minute. Jennifer Connelly. Wait a minute. I'm gonna look this up if I'm saying the correct person. Jennifer Connelly. That's not the that's not the lady who's Oh dear. I hope I didn't confuse her for the lady who's currently boning the Batman slash Daredevil. Nope. I got the right Jennifer Connelly. Sorry. Who was I thinking of? I don't know. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Screw that bitch. So anyway, Jennifer Connelly is like, "Where's Noah?" And Noah is out looking for John Hamm, but John Hamm's new gal pal is trapped in a bear trap, and this is bad because Tuba-Kane is like, "Oh no, a flood's about to happen." And the only person who has the only thing that can survive this is Noah's Ark. And Noah's not sharing the Ark. Well, screw Noah. I'm going to get that Ark. Hey, townspeople. Let's form an army to get that Ark. And they're running, and because John Hamm's gal pal is trapped in a bear trap, the she's about to get trampled over this army, and Noah comes in, and this is the perfect opportunity for Noah to save the gal pal from the bear trap, but he's like, nope, screw off, bitch. I'm gonna take John Hamm and run away from this army.
Yes, that makes Noah seem like a dick to me.
Yeah, he didn't seem really heroic when they happened. So the gal pal gets stomped. She gets all dead, and John Hammond's like, no, you stomped all over my girlfriend. No, she got stomped. I just made a new girlfriend, and she's all stomped off. This is why I can't have nice things.
Ugh, seems to me like you're objectifying women.
Coming from the wife beater.
Hey, I had to do what I had to do.
Now, to clarify, we here at Gravitalk are not women objectifiers. In fact, the Bible has a lot of leading ladies that are strong, independent women, but not Eve. Yeah, not her. But you got Esther. You got Esther. You've got Mary, mother of Jesus. You got that prostitute that fell in love with Jesus, and you've also got. I had no idea. So anyway, moving on to other parts of the movie. Um, once everyone has gotten back into the ark, the the giant rockbiter fallen angel watcher guys are fighting these army assholes, and the army assholes are like, let us in, and the rockbiters are like, no, screw you, and they're fighting, and then the rockbiters one by one die, and apparently this causes them to for their true form to sprout from the rock forms, and now they're the traditional angels again, or as I like to call them, glowing giant dragonflies, and they go back to heaven. And I'm like, hooray! This is deja vu from that Frankenstein movie I did with with Red Mist. But whatever, yay! They get redeemed. They go back to heaven. Hooray! Oh, but Noah gets less help apparently. But the whole family managed to get on the ark, with the sleeping animals still all drugged up from their high. But Methuselah Methuselah finally gets his berry, and then he dies.
I think that's justifiable.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like Woody Harrelson in Zombieland, where he was looking for a Twinkie.
Yes, except Woody Harrelson didn't die seconds later.
But it's okay, it seemed like Anthony Hopkins, Odin Methuselah, was perfectly fine with dying. He was like, yay. So anyway, the flood comes, and it comes hard, and Tupac is like, oh no, but wait a minute, the movie's halfway over, and I'm the villain. I can't die this early in the movie. Oh look, a convenient passageway into the ark. I'm going to take it now. So Methuselah. So no, wait a minute, he's dead. I mean, Tupac stows away into the ark, and the ark is up afloat. Man, this movie's halfway over, and it feels like we're at the part where it should be over now.
Well, too bad, because this is where the story really takes a spin from that insignificant passage from that insignificant book.
Now, that's significant to people like me.
Whatever.
So now we see the family in the ark, and they're like, yay, everything's going according to plan. We're letting everyone outside die a horrible death. Ugh. Yeah, that's a downer. But then Noah gives us a backstory on how the earth was made. And what I found very unique about this origin that he uses with God is that it combines both the creation origin and the scientific origin, because he narrates, like, he when they show the sequence of the creation of the world, he narrates it the way it is in the Bible, but what we see is the way it is in science. Like when he says, and God created everything. We see the Big Bang, and we see the Earth being formed scientifically, and then he says, and then God created life on Tuesday or something. And we see the evolutionary We see the evolutionary progress. You know, it's like I'm explaining a very bad way, but you have to see it to understand. And I thought it was like kind of sweet. It's like, oh, you're merging the two ideas to create this little piece.
Yeah, but I don't care because the only one that's significant is the scientific one because it helped to make a scientific God. Me.
Ugh, you're always a downer. But anyway, after that nice little merging of the origins, uh, we 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 then see Noah explain that you see when God created us on the last day, you know, before resting, uh, he created us because he wanted somebody to rule over this. He wanted somebody to take care of the animals, but then he realized, wait a minute, these guys are screwing everything up I made. Screw them. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get rid of them, but I don't want to get rid of the animals, and so that's why he got Noah. That's why he got Noah, so he can save the animals, but not save humans. But here's the thing with that. What? What? That's not what the Bible says. I mean, this movie has giant rock monsters, and yet that is not the biggest divergent of the original story. This is. Okay, I know I'm gonna sound like a raging Christian boy when I say what I'm about to say, but you know what? This is from my point of view. Just understand my perspective on this. I was raised to believe that in the Noah's Ark story, the intent of this here flood was to give the human race and the animal races a restart, not to just restart the animals, humans and animals, to give a clean slate for the humans and the animals, not for the humans to go on living and then not for the animals to go on living and then screw the humans, they have to die. Just let the animals take it from here. No, it was to give both the animals and humans a restart, not to just restart the animals and then have the humans die. Ugh.
Yeah, apparently they added this to make the story more interesting, which I think was successful because let's face it, that Noah's Ark story is boring.
Hey, just because it's boring doesn't mean it's not true.
Whatever. I think it's boring. They added this to make it interesting because what happens next is that we find out that her mama is pregnant.
Yes, that's true. She's pregnant. You see, this is what happens when you get your libido from an old man who looks like Odin, who likes berries. This is what happens when you want to immediately fuck your partner immediately after you get your libido without protection. You get pregnant. I'm sorry, but she should have gotten she should have gotten a condom. Although I don't think they had condoms back then. Oh, well, what did they use for protection back then?
Cutting off the penis.
Okay, she should have cut off his penis. So anyway, so now Noah is like no, no, this is not according to the plan. Okay, you know what? How about this? If if Hermione gives birth to a boy, then we'll just have the boy die like the rest of us. But if she gives birth to a girl, that means the girl could procreate. And we can't have any of that, no sir. We can't have any of that. This is supposed to be the version of of Noah where where all the humans die. I won't have it. So it creates this horrible conflict that splits the family apart, and it's stressful, and everyone's miserable. And I'm just sitting in the theater thinking to myself, you know, if this went the way that's supposed to go in the original Bible passage, they wouldn't be having this problem right now. Ugh. So anyway, we find out that John Hamm is secretly helping Tuba Kane, who is stowed away. And guess where the Tuba Kane has been hiding?
He's been hiding in the snake section. Oh, how symbolic.
Well, it is symbolic.
Yeah, but how subtle. Could you be any more subtle?
So we see Tuba Kane eating the animals, and I'm like, oh no, this jerk. Like, thanks to him, that's why we got some animals that are extinct right now, because Tuba Kane had to go and eat them.
Who knows? Maybe we could. Maybe the Earth is better off without that salamander lizard thing he ate or whatever.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Maybe it was the Geico Gecko. Screw you, Geico Gecko. I'm perfectly fine with the insurance company I have right now that I do not know the name of because I don't have a car. So anyway, now that Hermione is being knocked up, we we see a passage of time pass. Tuba Kane slowly getting stronger. Hermione slowly getting more pregnant, and we see we see Noah slowly getting crazier.
Yeah, this second half of this movie is like The Shining.
Yeah, it kind of is. The father goes insane, and he has an action. He's like, "Here's Johnny," except in this version, it's "Here's Noah." So anyway, this movie somehow manages to make Noah look like a dick because the only way that Hermione can survive, her babies can survive this is if she and Shemp go on this little tiny tugboat away from the Ark. And Noah's like, screw that, and he sets ablaze the tugboat, and I'm like, oh man, no wonder the evangelical Christians hate this movie. They make Noah look like an ass.
Yeah, they do.
So, anyway, I spend the rest of this movie hoping, oh dear, I hope they don't make Noah a baby killer. Please don't make Noah a baby killer. Please, I don't want to see an abortion happen.
Didn't that happen in the Bible, though?
Yes, it was by Abraham, but I think that turned out perfectly fine. I guess. But we're focusing on Noah anyway. The point is, there was no baby killing in Noah. Not that I know of anyway. But, so anyway, they keep making it seem like he's about to kill the baby. Like they're building up to it. And, but you can't kill a baby if the baby isn't born yet. You kill a fetus.
This video is getting more and more offensive.
Well, we're reviewing a movie that's considered offensive to some, so seems appropriate that we ourselves get offensive. Who knows? Maybe we'll say the N-word.
We won't. I'm not even that Southern.
Yeah, it's true. We won't. So anyway, the Hermione gives birth, and
what? Did she give birth to a girl?
Yep. Wait. not only does she give birth to a girl, but two girls.
Oh no.
Yes, that means that not only is is Noah going to kill a baby girl, he's going to kill two baby girls. And Shimp is like no, I can't let him do this. I'm going to stop him. And 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 then we see Tuba King gain his strength, and he ambushes Noah with the help of John Hamm, and Tuba King is like, now I can kill you. So then we see this big wrestling match by these two burly old men. You know, it's like mano a mano. Uh, uh, Old, hairy, middle-aged tough man versus old, hairy, middle-aged tough man, and they're fighting and they're wrestling and 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 uh, and Noah or Tuba Kane is telling John Hamm like John Hamm, you stab Noah, and Noah's like, no, John Hamm, stab Tuba Kane, and John Hamm's like, I don't know which is which.
He's not that stupid.
True, he's not that stupid, but then out of nowhere comes Shimp, and it's not exactly his best scene because he's like a bitch. Like he's like to Noah, like stop it, Noah! Don't kill my baby. And Noah's like bitch, please. I got this problem with I'm trying to deal with Tuba Kane right now. I don't have to deal with your problems. So he pushes his aside. And he's like, okay, let's get back to the conflict with Tuba Kane. So they're fighting and they're fighting and 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 as John Hamm makes his decision, he decides which one is he going to kill, Noah or Tuba King? And you know who John Hamm kills?
Which one does he kill?
He kills Tuba King right in the armpit. Oh man, I've never seen anybody do that. Oh, that's it. Yo shit. Oh my gosh, the armpit. Oh, I can't even imagine how painful that must be. Ugh, the armpit. Good God, it must be extremely uncomfortable.
Could you stop commenting on how uncomfortable that might be?
Sorry. So, after he has successfully stabbed the armpit of Tuba Kane, he pushes him off of the ark, and and uh, and so now the snake skin belongs to John Hamm, but this doesn't make up for that. But this doesn't take the place of that girlfriend that Noah's directly responsible for the death of.
Not completely.
Yeah, you're right. We should consider that. But anyway, Noah doesn't give two fucks about that. So he goes back to worrying about whether or not to, or planning to kill the two babies. So they get it already. Like he's getting ready to kill the two babies. He's like, I'm gonna do it, and everyone's sad, and Jennifer Connelly is all angry at Noah. Like, if you do this, I'm gonna leave your ass. By the way, I just realized who I thought I was talking about. I confused her with Jennifer Gardner earlier. That's what I meant. So sorry for confusing people, although they probably knew already. So anyway, Jennifer Connelly is mad at Noah. Jennifer Connelly is mad at Russell Crowe Noah. So anyway, Russell Crowe Noah is about to stab the two babies, and he's about to do it. He doesn't do it.
I wish he did, because that would have been the ultimate goal. I think they did that to play it safe, so that the Christians don't have to be too pissed about the movie.
Hey, now hold on just a minute. I think it's justifiable that they made sure he didn't kill the babies, because first of all, no one wants to see dead babies, and second, it's justifiable because it shows that he's a good person because he looks up to God and he says, "Sorry, God, I can't do it. I have failed you." And right as that happens, down comes a dove with a twig, and everybody in the theater was like, "Oh, now you decide to do something from the Bible." The dove twig scene. So lo and behold, we see an island. Uh, I believe it's the one that you were at earlier, except it was a mountain earlier. Now it's an island. So they go back to it, and now the family is living on their own without Noah for some reason. I don't know why. Noah just decided to all of a sudden become a hermit for some reason, a hermit. So Noah gets drunk and he has one man parties and it's sad.
I think it's justice. He didn't deserve them.
Whatever. So then we see John Hamm is like I can't deal with this drama anymore. I'm gonna go on a expedition. I'm gonna go discover myself. So he treks away and we never see him again. And I'm like, Godspeed, John Hamm. You had your gal pal get killed. You deserve to have some time to yourself. So um, the other sons go over to Noah, and when they see Noah, Noah is naked for some reason.
It looked like he was trying to sun himself in the sun.
Yeah, he was taking a sun bath in the nude. And then I found out from a fellow Christian afterwards that this part is actually in the Bible. This is actually a part of the Bible. Believe it or not, there's a part of the Bible apparently that mentions Noah getting drunk off his ass after the ark lands. After the flood goes away, it mentions him getting drunk off his ass and lying on the floor naked. And I'm just thinking, really, out of all the changes they made to this story, one of the things they decided to keep intact was Noah getting drunk and naked. This is beyond me. So anyway, now that the flood is gone, the Noah's remaining sons are like, you gotta get back with her. But first you need to put some clothes on. Good God, they're children present. They can't see your old Noah ass. So Noah puts on some homeless clothes, and he tries to get the moves on with his wife. Like get back with her. And of course she's like, I can't quit you. So they get back together, and we see Noah's hairstyle, and it's weird because this is like the fourth hairstyle. Noah is not consistent with his hairstyles in this movie.
No, we see everybody else's hairstyles stay the same. Meanwhile, his changes.
Yeah, first it was this long hair with a ponytail,
and then it was shaved like a clean cut, like a army shaved buzz cut.
Yeah, and then it was grown out to show his craziness.
And now it's this weird old man hair.
Yeah, it's like he's like Kenny Rogers now. So Kenny Rogers, you see, before John Hamm left the family, he left behind the snakeskin, and Kenny Rogers Noah, after he takes the snakeskin, he tries to ask forgiveness from Hermione, and Hermione's cool. Like, come on, she's hung out with Harry Potter. She's cool, man. She's cool. But he's worried now. Like, I have gone against God's message. He told me to kill. He told me to keep the human race from going, and I failed him. because I was reminded of the because you sang that lullaby that I sang you, and that's what made me change my ways.
Ah, there's that callback. That Deus Ex Machina. I hate it.
I love it. It's cute. So then Hermione says, no, hold on. What if this was a test? Like, maybe God was testing you. Like, he gave you the choice to end the human race, and you chose not to. And that meant that God and that meant God was testing you, and you passed. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Hermione. You just saved this movie for me.
You mean it saved Christians? You mean it saved it for Christians?
Yes, it did. You see, at first it seemed like, oh no, God's being a douche. He wants to get rid of the human race instead of in the Bible where he does not want to get rid of the human race. He just wants it to start all over again. But you see, here they made it seem like, nope, he wants to get rid of the human race. But it turns out, now wait a minute. He just wants Noah to choose to save the human race. He can't just tell Noah, he has to make him want it. You see, they had their cake, which is to make this conflict about killing the babies, and they ate it too by having God still have the intent he had from the Bible. So it all works out.
Ah, that's pandering to Christians.
No, it's adapting the story by taking liberties, but still staying true in the end. And that's why I'm all right with this movie. And that's why I'm also all right with them including the rainbows, but instead of traditional rainbows, when they burn that snakeskin, apparently that finally has a payoff.
Yeah, they keep showing that snakeskin. And I'm like, why are they showing that snakeskin?
Apparently it's to burn it to create rainbows. And that's where rainbows came from. And they're not just any rainbows, they're circular rainbows. Whoa, circular rainbows. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Let's just get this over with and give our overall consensus.
All right then. Like I said, this movie takes its liberties, but at the same time still stays true to the overall theme of the original Noah movie. And sure, it was created by an atheist, and it does make a lot of changes. At the same time, you still feel like it's keeping the same spirit of the original book, and you still feel like it's still acknowledging its origins, and it still takes the Christians who are going to inevitably watch this movie into consideration and respects them, mostly.
Ugh, that's what I don't like. They could have really shook it up.
Well, too bad, mister. Now, everybody at home, keep in mind that Mr. David Banner over here does not speak for all atheists, because I'm pretty sure atheists like this movie too, because it's got entertainment and action and a good story.
Whatever. Let's just get over with it and do that thing where you stupidly rate it.
Yes. Okay. Would you either now should the viewers at home either watch this movie or
the other thing?
But I didn't say the other thing yet.
I don't care. I don't like this movie. I did it first, but then they pandered to you Christians.
No, they didn't. Now hold on, mister. From the point of view that there's probably a lot of Christians out there who think that this movie did take too much liberty on. Keep in mind, folks, that it's all about perspective. it depends on your perspective of Noah. If you're someone who believes in Noah strictly and thinks it shouldn't be, it's too sacred to change, you probably won't like this movie. But if you do believe in Noah and have an open mind about it and willing to accept interpretations, you love the movie, unless you have a particular standard of movies or something. Is all people do. I mean, I know people who hate The Dark Knight. Good God! But you know, with atheists, if you're an atheist and you just want a good movie in the vein of The Hobbit or the Conan the Barbarian, then the movie's all right for you. It's like, and if you're like one of those guys who hates religion in general and will refuse to watch the movie, then you know what? Have fun not watching the movie. Because you know what? I'm accepting of different point of views. It's about perspective. And if you're a Buddhist, um, you know, watch the movie if you want Buddhistly, I guess. You or something. But I if I had a choice of either watching this movie or the thing that I was about to say, but Mr. David Bryan Banner over here interrupted me, I would choose watching this movie. I like it.
Are you gonna say what that other thing was?
The other thing was getting high and then getting decapitated by Tuba King.
Yep, still prefer that over the movie.
I don't. I like this movie. It's an alright movie. Alright, now that you've given our consensus, we can sign off.
Good. I gotta go back to ruling the world.
And how's that working out for you?
Not good at all. I'm dead in the comics, and I'm dead in the movie. I'm screwed.
Well, good. Well, tune in next time where I review the latest installment in the cinematic universe, Captain America and the Autumn Warrior. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever reviewed a movie that's a part of a franchise that I am a part of. Oh man, this is so much pressure.
Breathe, you gotta breathe, calm down.
Okay,
You gotta calm down, okay? Okay, you gotta calm down.
okay.
Okay, you can't do this, alright? You can't do this.
You really think I can?
I know you can, because Captain America's stupid, and you're stupid, so you're meant for each other. You're meant to review this movie, because you're a stupid reviewer, and that's a stupid movie, and I think everything is stupid.
Wait, thanks. David Banner, you know just what to say.
I know, everybody's stupid.